on the map by dragging the token. But if I
Yeah,
see
sure.
one of you just like dragging the token into the forest, I'll be like, now where did I put my forest monster list?
No forest. I mean, if I was to drag it, I'd gonna drown everybody in the pool. Not.
Let's narrate and have Euron move it for us. He knows better if something will happen or not.
Yes, can
Okay,
you
so
ping the part of the map where you want to try to go first of all then?
well, hex by hex, I guess, one
Okay.
point at a time.
Um, one of the things you notice is that in this area it's like pretty much a farmland. Like at least this side of the village is heavily farmed, and you can see a lot of the uh, income of the village and how they sustain themselves probably come from this area. So you see like a lot of people out in the fields. You see like a lot of oxen and carts and a lot of activity in the early mornings now that it's not night. So there's you're not like wandering the countryside alone. You're just seeing quite a few people. Um, you keep on walking for about half an hour until you get to like a river. I'm just gonna answer something in Discord. Sorry about that. Um, as you're like coming closer and closer to the river, and you reach this stone bridge. It's a fairly well constructed stone bridge that has um, it's pretty expensive, so it can take like a couple of carts side by side over it. Seems very sturdy. Seems extremely well maintained. Um, the river itself, um, it's like one of these rivers that is at this point at least on the crossing it should be about 50 feet wide, so for like using the proper like about at least 15 meters across from like one side of the river to the other. You don't know how deep it is, but you can see like the water that's flowing here is pretty goddamn clear, so there's not like a lot of speed in the water. It's like a calm simple river that's just like floating slowly. um River's pretty freaking beautiful, actually. It's like this calm, pretty, uh, steady flow of blue sky-ish type of water. Other than that, not much in particular with this. You can see that beyond the stone bridge, you're entering more into a forest scape again.
Lucian enjoys the river while passing. He likes
It,
blue.
it's like one of these things where it looks pretty freaking pretty here. If it hadn't been for all the fucking awful things you've been seeing as of your stay here, this could have been a very beautiful place to live. Am I going to assume that you continue?
I take a moment to look around to at the village, at the water, and everything, and then I say, "Let's move."
Yeah, I mean, like, um, it's still flat enough in this area since it's farmland, so you can kind of see the village out in the distance. You can see like the forests. You can see like other parts of like where the river goes. You can still look up in the mountains and see this huge castle looming on top of like one of these mountainous areas that you're kinda heading away from actually. But you all turn around and start heading back into the forest. And you're just like following the rather well maintained path. Seems like it's very commonly traveled. You come to like a section where you can see the river again. Um, Nothing particular. Still, the same water as you've seen before. A bit more speed in this area, as if there's like more velocity in the current in the river. Probably implying that there has been like a drop or something from like a waterfall or something that creates speed in the water. But you push on until eventually you find yourself at a crossroad.
I look at the guys and I say we should go to the right towards the circles. Wait, I don't know what changed now.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
You can see.
Yes, we can.
Okay. What the fuck is drone there? Is that a dog?
No,
It's a
that's
dead dog.
This one is. What
Ah.
is it?
that
I'm
is a wolf.
And before we get down to it, I'm not entirely sure of your marching order. I also noticed that I hadn't.
I'll be
on
first.
here.
Unless you're possessed by a rose.
Not anymore.
Like, are you going like man is first, and then like 5 people behind, or are you?
Me and Manus will go first.
Yeah.
2x2.
Oh.
You have.
Yeah,
What's
I'll
the
take
name?
Irina with me.
No, I put it in the middle because we're supposed to protect her. So in the middle, right?
Nah,
You're Benjen.
she will protect us. Come on.
She's a fighter wearing clad armor and wielding a broadsword. I think she can handle herself better than some of us when it comes to melee fighting.
Yeah.
You want to rob Benjen of his chance to flirt with her, right?
Speaking of which, on the journey here, it seems like Radar has been talking a lot to Irina.
Nice.
That's nice.
Maybe she likes him.
No reaction from Benjamin. Shit. Okay.
I'm just
You're
putting Rana over there.
Radar is just literally asking questions about the area, history, things he's curious about. Irina gives him some answers. It's more like fluff things about what she knows. You don't learn very much in particular other than like basic daily life tits and tats, like who created the Stone River, been like a couple of centuries old, but it's been rebuilt regularly. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what he means.
It's an expression.
Yeah, but it's tit for tat, not tits for tat.
Oh,
Adding that the S at the end
okay.
changes the meaning of that saying by a country mile.
I'll concede that. I didn't know I took a thing. So.
I don't know if he intended to, but both me and Zuri definitely heard it that way.
I did not intend to at all. I'm improvising
No,
and
it's
then
fine. I
random
mean,
shit
we are
like-
adults here. Come on, we can talk about stuff.
Roll a dexterity check to avoid a lightning bolt, Surreal. No, don't. But
Can do it.
you're just like heading. It's a calm, pretty simple stroll. You've been told about there being a crossroads and little by little, you're coming towards an area where there is some form of a road design. There's an intersection of three different types of roads. One seems to be going rightwards, one seems to be going leftwards. There are a couple of things that you notice in this area. There are, for instance, like hillscapes with forests and what seems to probably have been like stonework at some point. Yes, you should see the text on the road. It's to give you a it's what's literally written on the signpost. But
Ah,
instead
okay.
of you all like literally not hearing what I say and going back to the Barovia, I figured I might as well fucking put it on the road. So this is like my idiot check, to be honest. This is very intentional.
Can I do a slate of hand to change it around so we get back to Barovia?
You are sadly in the back. So no, I think that would be a feat that you can't do. A couple of other noteworthy things that you notice is that there seems to be a third creature. Doesn't seem to be a dog at all. It seems to be like more of a wilder animal. So, in all logic, that is probably what you'd consider to be a wolf. Seems to have gotten stuck from into like a hunting trap of sorts. Um, Another noticeable feature you can see is that on one of the hills there seems to be a wooden gallows that's probably old because you can hear the creaking from like wind passing through the wood and causing like
Question:
this
what does yellow mean?
place where you
Hanging
hang.
people.
Okay, I understood. Thank you.
From what you can see, like there's probably been rope hanging from like one of the bars there, but it seems frayed and like not into used. But that's kind of what you can see from this point.
And everybody can see all of what you described, right?
From where you are, I think all should be able to, yeah. It's what Benjen and Manne should be able to see at least.
I'm guessing this would be the stoneworks you were talking about.
It's like there's been like, I mean, this stonework seems fucking ancient. Like this is like if this ever was something, it stopped being this for like several centuries ago.
Like,
Maybe
we're thinking
it-
Roman, ancient Roman stuff, kind of stuff.
Ye- yes, it's like when the Vikings were raiding Europe, they might come across something like this and wonder what the fuck this was, but it's been abandoned for centuries. So it's not like you could study them for a while and try to figure out what they are, but they would have no functionality or significance.
Okay, let's move forward.
Are we in control, or will you still?
No, you're in control.
I motion toward the dead body and
What dead body?
What the
of
body?
the
Yes,
wolf. Of the wolf.
it's
Kinda
not
said
dead.
it was moving. I thought I said it was moving.
Yes, you
Okay.
said.
Yes, he said.
I missed the moving part. Okay. I motion at the wolf.
I'll go to the wolf and I'll try to see if what is it, a medicine check to see how hard, how bad he's hit, or whatever trap he has, how much damage.
How close to the wolf do you intend to go?
Close enough so he cannot clubber me, and close enough so I can look at the trap and him. And I
Okay.
point to Lush, stay in front of the dog of the wolf.
First thing you notice, Assam, since I see a lot of people moving now, so I'm going to stop here, Manis, and just like this is where we stand. First thing you notice, Assam, this furry thing is probably about twice your size. So if this is a wolf, it's a pretty fucking huge one. It's far larger than you.
You said wolf. Wolves are not that big. God damn it.
Wolfish type of thing. I said, like, I didn't say specifically it was a wolf. It could be
Okay.
other type of wolf.
A werewolf.
Or a
But the
direwolf.
closer you get, you can see that one of its hind legs is stuck into like a pit of sorts, and there's a furious amount of blood seeping out of that leg as it's stuck. Seems to be have gotten itself trapped somehow. Um, you get the immediate sense that walking up into a touching distance of this creature might not necessarily be the smartest idea. Uh, Lucian, as you're there, you also see what it says on the signpost, and it says Valaki Ravenloft on the leftward roads, and it says Tserpools on the rightmost sign. The sign pointing in the direction you came from just literally says Barovia. Also, this is something Lucian notices. Uh, the northwestern path seems to go in further into the forest again, while this northeastern one seems to be slightly going downwards towards where you assume the river is. Furthermore, one of the things that Lucian can see is that there are 11 graves dug up on the side of the road going towards the Tserpools. They would be in this
Cemetery.
area.
Not necessarily.
Interesting.
That's what you can see from here.
Anything unusual with the ancient ruins?
I don't know. This is like where the thing. Do we do like one by one here, or do we do everything? Like, because Assam said he wanted to check the dog. I don't know what the rest of you want to do. So do we do it in order, or?
I just went through the ancient ruins just to check them out, but I'm also going to the dog slash wolf slash puppy slash dire creature caught it in the trap.
Twice the Assam size puppy.
It seems to you, Manis, that these have probably been pillars of sorts. You see some faint markings on them, as they might have been like carved out at some point. But the stonework has pretty much eroded by wind and weather and smoothed out the stone and ground down the carvings to the point where it's
Unintelligible.
pretty much unintelligible. Yeah.
Like you notice that there's something there, but there's no way you can understand what that something is.
Yes, like it's not enough to something, but it was probably pillars to signify something, either like a message to travelers. It could have been something that was had symbolism as like worship, praise. It could have been something very simple as just literally there were like a building here or like a tavern for weary wanderers made out of wood that might have been like rotted down completely. You don't know. But it seems to have been something about this place at some point centuries ago.
Thank you. I'll be heading towards the doggy as well in that case.
Yeah, okay.
I look at Lucian and say, release him, of course.
Dear Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Questions. First, are the gallows on a upwards hill, or is just that, like, are the gallows at the same level with us, or is there an elevation between us and the gallows?
No, there's a slight elevation. As you see here, this would be like 5 feet.
Okay.
This would be 10 feet. If you wanted to go here, you would probably have to climb. Here, it would probably be like a jump and a hoist, pretty much, or like someone just like boosts someone easily. But you get the sense that at least from this angle, it's probably not where you climb up to get the gallows. From the position of the gallows, you get the sense it's standing there for people traveling to see, not because that's where it's convenient to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
more like every single traveler from all directions can see it easily there.
I see.
And I'm guessing the graves are from the people that
And
are hanging.
yeah, that I wanted a clarification on the graves. Do the graves seem dug out? Like there was something in the graves that is not currently there? Or they are freshly dug, as in there is something in the graves that was recently put there?
Or they're just old graves.
It's a bit too far for you to be able to accurately consider that, I think.
Ah, okay.
I can say from what you can see, roll a perception check, I guess. Depending on what you can see. You're not sure if it's like literally the weather or something, but the soil is pretty like uneven all over. It's not just like strict grass. So there could be patches that are way more recent than old ones, yeah.
Thank you.
A bit hard to say, to be honest.
And to answer the Lucian comment, I don't think that releasing the wolf that lost half of his weight in blood is going to help him in any way.
Just seeing illusion type.
I'm just typing bullshit.
A stake in your hand. Are you trying to like range attack it here?
No,
I think
no.
I mean steak, like the food,
Steak,
the meat.
yeah, sorry.
But,
Typo.
Because I was
Steak.
wondering, this is not like a vampire wolf, by the way. It's not a pervert wolf either.
A teeth wolf.
Yes.
It's a wolf with tits. Probably she has
And
pups.
I'm gonna feed him a steak.
Since all of you are kind of like moving up to the wolf, you notice pretty quickly that it's aware of you. And it's a combination of first panicked, like whimpering, trying to haul itself up and like being painfully pulled back by something within that pit. And the closer and closer you get, it becomes like violent snarls towards you, as if like panicked, realizing that it's in deep trouble, and it's like thinking fight and flight kind of goes into fight.
I start talking to him to get him to, how do you say it? Not to be so angry. God damn it, I can't remember the word.
Lucian, do you still
To
have
calm
that?
him down.
Are you still able to calm down creatures?
No,
Humanoids only.
let's have Assam talk to the injured wolf first. I want to hear.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. We don't want to hurt you. Let us take a look and see if we can help you. And I throw him a piece of meat. That's Benjamin's talking.
No, that's just literally me being poetic.
And I pull out my mage hand and I try to pet him so he could get calmer while he has the piece of meat in front of him.
Okay. The first thing that happens is that when Lucian throws a stake, he becomes a bit like, huh? What's going on? The second your invisible hand starts petting him without him being able to see what the fuck is going on, he freaks the fuck out. Because he's literally being touched and played with by something he cannot see.
Spectral means it cannot be seen.
I think it's an arcane trickster ability. I'm not
Because
100.
it doesn't say that it's invisible, it's spectral, which means it can be partially seen.
You can make the spectral. Okay, so I'm guessing you don't make the spectral hand invisible then.
Yes, it's visible. It can be
Okay.
seen.
Okay, the wolf freaks out when a skeletal, rotting hand starts petting it out of thin air.
That's better. And I'm talking, hush, little Wolfie.
And you have a knife in your hand, right?
No, I don't.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm joking. Like, hush, little baby.
Yeah,
Out of-
I'm beginning to sing Metallica to him.
Out of sheer lolability, I'm just going to roll. I now have to roll the initiative for the wolf because it's going to try to bite at the hand.
It can't.
No, but it sees a spectral hand petting it, and it feels itself being petted. It's still going to try to bite at the fucking thing.
And it's a wild animal. Like it's not. It has been accustomed to being petted. This is probably the first time in its entire existence that it's being touched by something else than another wolf.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 13 versus AC. I don't think it's going to hit. I don't know.
I need to look at my spell AC, right?
No, I don't think you can actually attack the hand, you see.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah, because it's like literally spectral. It's not. It
Yeah.
can do physical stuff, but it's not actually physical.
Yes, it cannot attack or anything. It just can hold objects, activate some stuff,
You
but
cannot
not.
attack the hand itself. That's what he meant.
No,
Yeah.
he can attack it. He just can't actually attack. He can bite after it, but it's not going to hit something. So he's like snaps at the hand. The jaws goes and teeth goes through the hand. This really makes the wolf freak the fuck out.
I tell Sam to put the hand down. He's scaring him.
While the wolf is busy with the hand, I get a bit closer to take a look at the trap he's in.
How closer?
A bit, just enough so I can jump out if he tries to jump at me.
You get the sense that you probably don't want to get very much closer if you want to stay out of its potential reach.
You're too far, Lucian. He didn't reach me.
No, face palm means that I'm like holding my hand on the forehead and like rubbing it.
Ah, okay. I remove the hand and I tell the wolf, okay, the hand is gone. Calm down now. I have no idea how to delete it. Just press delete, I guess.
Yeah, press delete.
Yes, that would be it.
You can use the hand later if you want to set him free. But I doubt he'll survive much with his wound.
Yeah, we need to. If we want to set
look-
him free and help him, we need to find a way to calm him down, fix his leg, and then let him be on its way.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we can just shoot it in the heart right now with an arrow and just end his misery.
I would very much like to help him, but how do we hold him in order for Radar to rub his foot, and we can set him free after that?
Are you still able to calm down creatures like you did with the Werber?
It only works on humans.
The bear was technically not an animal or a beast, I guess you
Oh.
could say.
He was in human form in that point. I don't think I even used it.
Okay, so for the simple, what are you doing? Like instead of like making a plan, what are you?
Can I heal him with magic, or do I need to rub his hand?
Is that
His
your intention?
Oh, I don't know. I can technically
No,
heal
no,
wounds from afar.
you misunderstand me. I'm asking you what you're doing right in this moment. What are you doing now, Lucian?
I'm just rubbing my beard while thinking
And
how
Jen,
to help this wolf.
what are you doing?
I'm stood
You're
over
not
it
moving. I'm
okay,
asking what you're doing.
I'm just watching. Just looking at the wolf and just thinking, what the fuck?
Manis, what are you doing?
Slowly closing towards the wolf while trying not to seem um, a threat.
Okay. Asal?
I'm getting some rope ready, and
Again with the rope?
yes, again with the rope.
It
Always.
technically work. That's how they catch dogs, right?
So, all of you roll initiative.
You did select your token first, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Fuck.
Same here.
Do I roll again?
You can just roll again and then put. I can put that as a. And I'll roll for Radar.
You can change it yourself.
I can.
Yeah, you just press on the number, like in the turn order.
Oh, I didn't know. Thank you for telling me.
Okay, so there you kinda can see the turn order for the next round. However, having paid fully attention to the wolf, you haven't paid much attention to your surroundings. As such, you're pretty unaware of what's going on. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Arena. Oh, that's not a problem. Sorry. And from one of the hill slopes behind you, you notice to your, well, at this point, surprise, a rather blood curdling, like roar slash yell, as a couple of figures start rushing towards you, led by a figure on top of the hill. First thing you notice about these figures is that they seem draped in what can best be described like hides and leathers from animals, like skins and stuff. They are muddy, they are dirty, they seem to have been stuck out in the wild. Um, the brawny men at the bottom of the hill that potentially have climbed down the hill while you've been preoccupied, rather sneakily. Seems to be brandishing axes. One of them, this guy, that's marked with the pink one, is carrying like a black hood with like cut off eyes and a mouth on the hood. Seems to be like an executioner's hood. They are going to attack.
How fitting.
Yes. So I'm just going to. Okay, so that guy's first. 1, 2, 3, 5. He's going to go for the sun. He's going to swing his great axe, not great ass, reckless. He's going to do 20 to it.
Isn't there some with or
I'm using lucky.
is it next turn when the order begins or?
No,
Yes.
they cut the drop on us, so they get first
Okay.
rolls.
Okay, yeah. I get it.
Yes. You have the condition.
They
called
have a free
surprise.
round first.
In old edition, there was a surprise round when you attacked out of stealth. That doesn't exist anymore. Surprised is when you're unaware there's enemies nearby. None of you actually checked your surroundings to see if there was anything else here. The only one that did a
Manis
perception
did.
check was Manis. He got an 8. And if he had rolled higher than the lowest stealth check, then he would have seen one of them.
And the lowest stealth check was?
It's this guy with a 17.
No chance.
Good luck on that, man.
Yes.
Okay.
The highest one is this guy with a 25. There are spells and abilities in this game that give you like a plus 10 to your rolls. So that might have been what's used here.
Okay,
Just
did
like
my lucky...
Tiny little hint as well. As I'm giving you a massive hint here, there might be a spellcaster involved here. You can use luck. You have to roll a d. Are we using the 11 or the one I used?
the 11.
That's 16 to hit.
So it's not against my armor class?
Yes, it is.
No, the roll is 11, but the bonus is plus 5. So it's 11
Oh.
plus 5.
Okay, so how much damage do you say? Sorry.
12 slashing.
Does 16 hit first?
Yeah, plus 16.
16 hits. He has
Really?
13 AC.
14.
Holy,
14.
okay.
He's like naked or something?
No, he's dressed in leather.
Yo, guys, sorry. Just stop with the numbers because I already forgot how much I need to reduce.
12. 12.
12.
I'm sorry, but you need some fucking AC.
It's not my fault. I gave Menace the items that get me to 15 AC, so...
Wouldn't save you here.
Wouldn't
anyway.
have helped you anyway.
Next one is going to 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to openly roll a d4. Benjen 1, Lucian 2, Radha 3.
So from left to right.
Yes, Lucian gets the whack. He's going to also...
I
This
will-
guy is not going to... Or... No, he's going to be reckless as well because he's a berserker. So he's going to do a reckless attack with his great axe.
I will blind him with my warding flare.
And that cancels the advantage he has. 7 to hit.
7? No.
Okay. He goes like, ah! And then just literally slams it on the ground like a couple of feet away from your foot. And it's very amazing and it's very depressing at the same time. The creature on the hilltop seems to be weaving his hands in like a pattern. And then is going to cast a spell on Rardar. And you can see like a shard of ice just being flung directly towards Rardar. So that is ranged spell attack. +4. Sorry. Okay, so it's a 22 to hit Rardar. It hits.
A
Rardar
22?
takes. Yes, we rolled an 18 +4 for ranged spell attacks. So Rardar takes 7 cold damage, and then the shard explodes. That means Irina, the Berserker, Benjen, and Lucian all has to roll a saving throw dexterity.
You have to roll the other ones.
What do you mean the other ones?
Radar's
the
and
Berserker?
Irina's.
The rest, the other two.
So the DC is 12. So the Berserker makes it. Rardar does not make it. Irina makes it. Lucian makes it. Benjen does not.
We don't see the reader one, but yeah, you probably
No,
have it on your own.
she is set to like whisper to GM. I could
Yeah.
turn that off if you want, but she
No.
rolled a 23.
And Morale, Assam
she's
said that we need to
treacherous.
protect her.
Sorry, just need. This is like one of those spells I've only used in my home game, but it's fucking amazing. So it is 2 for 3. If you saved, you take 1 cold damage. If you did not save, you take 3. So Rardar takes. Actually no. If you save, you don't take. So Benjen, you take 3. Rardar takes 3, and everyone else saves.
And Bandit takes 3?
He saved.
He rolled 14, so he saves the 12.
Oh, okay. I thought that's okay. That's rather 6.
Yes, the 6 is Rardar, because you can't see what the Berserker rolls.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes. If you want, I can actually turn on Irene.
Oh,
No.
would be lovely just for tracking, like for figuring out when her rolls are.
Give me a second.
To make a difference between, the baddies NPCs roles and the goodie NPCs roles.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm not entirely sure where the fuck I turned that on. I put it on a whisper toggle so I can decide. Oh, that would be Irina. You can see that, right? Splendid.
Yeah.
Okay. Benjen, you took the damage, right?
Yep.
Okay, and that leaves the final Berserker.
Did he dash?
Yes, he's using his movement to go double time. He doesn't get to an attack, but he gets into combat. And that ends their turn. We're going to go top of the round with Rardar being first. Being sliced apart by a fucking axe, he's going to panic.
He's going to what?
Is going to panic. What would you do if someone like dirtily?
No, you cut off under he's going to, and I didn't hear the panic word. I'm sorry, I'm not contesting what you said. I just didn't hear what you said.
Is going to turn to Lucian and use burning. No, he's not going to do that. I mean, I have two options here. I think he's
shoot it
gonna
here
use...
and burn all of us.
Yeah, he's also going to get you and Benjen if he does that.
And
Yeah,
himself.
I mean, exactly. He's panicked. He can
I think
basically hit 4 people here.
let's say he's using mirror image instead to have like a protective thing up, and that's his turn. Benjen.
I'm gonna swing for that one. As a bonus action, I'm gonna use my Vow of Enmity.
On which one?
The one to the bottom left.
Okay. As an indicator, the other guy seems to be pretty fucking open for attacks. The other guy does not seem to be open for attacks.
I need an explanation. What does open for attacks mean?
You get the sense that this guy, when he attacked recklessly, so he's like wide open for a counterattack.
He's guard down, right?
Yes, reckless literally means he gets advantage when he attacks, and every single fucking attack against him has advantage against him. So this guy already gives you advantage to attack. You don't need to use Vow of Enmity.
Oh, okay then. Okay,
This one is super fucking easy to attack at the moment.
Okay, I'll hit it then with a 23.
Same goes with this one. They used reckless to try to attack easily, but they are very weak against a counterattack. Okay.
Okay, the middle do then, that one there. 23.
23 hits.
And I'll smite as well.
Smite him, you mighty smiter.
What smite again? I forget.
You should read your own stats for that.
Which is 2d8.
Yeah, that's the one.
I mean, imagine if you were in a situation where you could save someone and you don't because you haven't read your abilities.
So 20 damage in total.
You literally cleave into this hide type of armor of him, but you see that this guy is pretty fucking sturdy.
He's pretty what sorry, he's broken.
He seems pretty fucking sturdy. It's like he's fueled by his own rage here. So he's like, it hurts him, but not grievously.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Irina's turn. She is... She's going to move around. And she is going to use... she's going to use her rakish audacity to be able to proc her sneak attack. And she's going to use her rapier to stab at him. Misses.
Doesn't she get advantage on the rolls against that particular
Oh.
mob she's in melee range with?
You're absolutely right. She misses.
I tried!
So,
Like, don't judge
so
me!
much for a great fighter.
I'm gonna put advantage on there so I can see the double rolls. Thank you for that, Magnus. I actually forgot. And yeah, that's her turn. The one that's been chopping at Assam is just seeing he's pretty much uncontested at the moment. Is going to try to keep on chopping down the rather flimsy oak that's called Assam Fenlar. He is going recklessly swing at it with his great at Assam with his great axe? 18 to hit.
Yes, I can use luck, but I don't think it will make any difference.
To you.
Depends on the roll, actually.
Okay, I'll use luck.
I
It's a
cannot
plus
save it.
5. If
So it's you have 50% to
Yes,
You got to use the 1 or the whatever I roll.
the one, of course.
Okay. Does a 6 hit you?
No.
No.
Thank God for that.
You get the sense that you're about to be literally like shot in two by this massive great axe, but then you notice something on the ground and you just like instinctively lean down to pick up it, and the axe just goes right over your head, and you're thinking, "Holy shit, I'm lost." But yeah, misses.
Damn, that was good roll.
There's like a very frustrated coming from the guy next to you, just a bit more manly.
When I get up, I tell to him, "Did you drop something? Is this yours?"
He doesn't reply because he's just pissed. The guy that Benjen attacked is going to not recklessly, just like literally try to shove his great axe back into Benjen. 16 to hit.
nope.
Yes.
What?
What?
16's my armor class.
Kidding.
No, yeah, no.
Seventeen.
Oh, you had two-handed.
It has a two-hander,
right?
yeah.
Fuck, I thought you had more. Okay, 10 slashing.
Okay.
And that's its turn. Menace.
Wait, give me one moment. Oh, okay. So I shall move 25 feet up to here and 5 feet up to here.
No.
No.
No. At the moment you get there, you notice the wolf staring at you. Are you going to continue close to the wolf or not?
Technically, he
Okay.
can pass through us, right?
Think of it like this. I'm giving you the chance to not be sneak attacked by the wolf.
By the
here.
wolf, indeed. In that case, by no, because that's not a good idea, because that is going to put me in melee range of the other guy, and I can't get to Assam without
Yeah.
getting opportunity striked. So I'm sorry, bro. You're on your own. Dash away from there.
He
In that,
disengaged easily.
yeah,
And he'll pass by the wolf easily that way as well.
I'll move here.
You don't have advantage because he never got to attack on his turn.
I know. I'm going to do a one-handed attack for 25 natural.
It's a natural 20, so it crits the shit out of him.
Manis, don't you want to stay here? I mean, why
Where?
stay there? Here.
Ping.
Closer to Benjen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
If
no.
he tries to go for me, he'll have to leave Benjen's.
Yeah, but
melee
trust me,
range
the
that
same
way.
thing would have happened if I was in the other box. Like he would have to go through between me
I mean,
and Benjamin.
yeah, but that's still not in.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he
It's
can
not
still hit
contested.
me without leaving. Yeah.
It's not contested. You're right. You're right. Okay, this is going to be a long turn. I'm sorry for this. So I'm first going to hit him for 16 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
What did I do to the character skill?
Isn't it double because you had the critical?
It's 12.
It's Delph. It's 12 plus 4.
Yeah.
I am going to use one hit die. Not a hit die. One superiority die as my bonus action to cast Rally on Benjen. I am going to do 8 plus. I have to do it. I am. Do I keep closing that? So I have to do D8 plus
Here?
my charisma, which is 2. So it's D8 plus 2.
You should put this as a spell to easily cast later. I mean, you cast it every time.
That's 10 temporary HP for Benjen.
Thank you.
I am going to use Action Surge to get another, at least another attack. Wait a second. Where is Action Surge? Action Surge. Okay.
You do not get any bonus action, you just get the action.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
But before I end my turn, I can also use another superiority die to add a goating attack to my initial one.
Wait, he can use action search. I mean,
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can use the Action Surge. Basically, I haven't used Action Surge yet. I will be using it though. I am definitely using it. But I'm
Action surge is just literally a free action you can do at any point to get a second action.
good.
The
yeah,
sequencing
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
So I'm going to roll a d8. But my question is, do I get crit value on the goating attack, or do I not get crit value on the goating attack?
It's not an attack, it just has effects.
Ah, okay.
So it's not an actual.
So I'm adding one more damage to the damage roll. And this guy now has goating, so he needs to do a wisdom saving throw. And if he doesn't pass the wisdom saving throw, which I still don't know with what the value to pass is.
Anis,
Yes.
I'm wrong. You should also roll another d8 because you're rolling a damage die. I didn't see that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, roll another one.
So that is 8 damage plus the initial 16.
Yep, I got it. And what's your spell save DC?
Where is that written?
Should be under your class or something like that.
Check on your spells page. It's at the top.
Spell
Meantime,
attack.
I'm
Spell save
taking-
DC 0? This
Yeah,
can't
no,
be correct.
It's because you're not a spellcaster. Yours is a bit different.
I'll take online.
This is like one of those things that maneuvers. It is. No, it doesn't say. It's
This
8
is-
plus proficiency plus your wisdom. So it's 8 plus 2 plus what's your wisdom?
My wisdom is 0.
So it's a 10 then.
Okay.
It rolled a 19.
So it is not going to get disadvantage on hitting anyone else except for me.
No, it's not going to be taunted by you, no.
Okay. And now I'm using Action Surge to hit him again with a regular attack.
Sure thing.
15
Hits.
for 13 damage.
Holy. Okay, yeah, that hits.
These are one-handed attacks.
I mean, it's easy to think that the fighter is pretty bland, but I think the battlefield maneuvers are pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, there are. So just for my sake, that's 13 plus 7 plus 1 plus 12 plus 4. That's 37 damage dealt by me to this guy. How does he look?
About slightly blooded.
What?
He got roughly about half his hit points at this point.
Oh, so the maneuvers are 8 plus proficiency bonus plus player character strength or dexterity mod.
You still fail. I mean, he
No,
rolled
it's
18.
but
No.
it's a look. This is simple. It's a wisdom saving throw, so it uses your wisdom.
But the DC is based on your strength. I don't know. Maybe for goblins
Oh.
it's different. This is the
It
DC.
still fails. Though. It's a 19 wisdom saving throw, so it still fails.
Yeah, 19 fails, whatever. I mean, it's just for a reference for future. If you try to disarm someone or try to do anything like battle maneuver style, it will be this.
Anything else you want to do on your turn, Manus?
No, this was about it.
Okay. Mr.
Awesome.
Azam, I think it's your turn.
Yes, I'm using the pointy rapier, and I try to stick it into him.
Not
Was a
advantage.
24 here. So what did you
24
say?
penetrates.
I don't have sneak because I'm alone.
My roll again, another one. Maybe you get a natural 20.
Why should I roll again? I didn't have any advantage for it.
Because no, he attacked you recklessly, so he actually is open for. He has a. You have advantage against all attacks against that guy.
Ah, so I can roll again the attack itself. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got a natural 1. You could have gotten a natural 20 just as much.
Wait, this is the advantage roll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So you do 6 piercing damage to that guy.
Okay. And I'm getting the hell out of there.
By using like your cunning action.
Yes.
Where do you go?
Behind here.
Okay.
I don't know how the fuck what happened.
You have the.
Yeah, I had the ruler selected. I'm going there, and because of cunning action, I can get past the wolf as well.
Does it count for one or all snake
Whole turn.
attacks of opportunities? Okay.
All the everything that happens in this turn.
Fuck! I thought it was just one.
OP, man.
Okay. This berserker is going to. Yeah, shit. He's going to swing at Manus.
Okay.
He is going to swing at you recklessly because he's pretty pissed that you ended up smashing him with the Warhammer.
Okay.
16 does not hit, I assume.
No, it does not.
Fuck your AC. That ends his turn.
Put a marker on those that attack recklessly, cause so we remember it easier.
I think they all do.
This one has been. This one has not. This one has.
Thank you.
So the red battle axe thing. Shit. Shit. Oh. Manus.
Me.
Seeing what you do with your Warhammer there, the figure on top of the hill is going to point at you,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's going to point at your shield,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to cast heat metal.
Okay.
Every turn you're holding the object, you'll take 2d8 fire damage.
2d8?
Fucking shit.
2d8.
2 fucking d8!
2d8. So this person is superheating metal. So when you cast a spell, I'm not sure if I can link it. I'll try. Maybe I can link it from the spell page. But yes, he's going to try to literally force you to drop your shield.
Question is, when does he drop the shield? Does he take the
On his
damage?
turn.
So
on
if
his turn.
if he throws the shield on his turn, does he take damage?
I'll link it. I'm just hopelessly trying. No, I can't do that. Shit.
I think what Lucian wants to ask is, do I have an respite of acting before taking the damage, or am I obliged to take the damage and then act?
I'll read it out. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. So you'll take 2d8 fire damage now when I roll for it.
Ah, okay.
Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. So this creature that casts the spell can use their bonus action every single turn they're concentrating on heat metal to do 2d8 damage to you,
Okay.
while also doing other stuff on their turn.
Ah, okay.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. So,
if he
I'm assuming you have your
succeeds the Constitution save, what does happen?
Lucian.
Okay.
I'm assuming you have your shield strapped to your arm, so it's sturdily attached.
Who,
so
me?
Yeah.
No.
My shield
It's not Lucian's shield that is tied
No, but
on his arm.
Okay, so
I can
I'm
easily
not sure how.
drop it.
Again, I'm not sure how shield functions, but I'm assuming you're like latching it into like one thing and then the other. So you can drop it then if you succeed on the saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw coming right up. Constitution
Your-
saving throw.
DC is 12.
Does it matter?
Okay. No. Now you're allowed to decide whether you hold on to it or drop it.
I am
We
going
get
to
this.
drop the shield towards my back, so not in front of me, towards the
No, you don't have that. It just literally drops on your square.
Ah, okay.
The fire damage you take is 4 on the first D8,
Okay.
and 3 on the other, so 7 total. This also means you have 2 less AC. This
Yes.
fight, so you need to.
I can
mentally
mark.
do a custom damage.
I can mark.
No, don't change your AC on your character sheet. Just mentally remember it's -2.
No, I can de-equip the shield. I can click on the equipped button.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that function. Do that,
I did.
and then it's Lucian's turn. Actually, this person is going to go back out of view again.
It's Lucian turn. What
It's
person?
Lucian's turn.
She hit from side, that's so to speak.
Ah, okay, the person on the top of the hill guy I saw.
Yes, withdrew to not be immediately a visible creature again for any ranged attacks that might happen.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
I'll radiate some light from my own wooden, let's be fair, shield. I cannot carry that much weight. And it will be DC 13 Constitution save for half
13?
damage.
I'll
Yes.
start with the one next to Manus. It rolls a 23. It had a natural 20.
So it's 7 damage.
The next to Benjen and Irina and Radar. Wait, what did you say? How much damage?
It's half damage, so 7.
The one next to the trio I mentioned, the one you're actually next to as well, rolls an 8, so that's the full 15, I think.
Yes.
And the one that was molesting Asal rolled a natural 1. Actually, he rolled 1-1, so he gets the full damage as well.
Oh, really? I thought he gets 30 damage.
No,
Ding.
he got. I don't think he gets double damage from that, but he got like a 4-4, which is like a 1-1. They have decent constitution. Is that your turn, or do you want to do something else?
I'll do more, of course. With my bonus action, I will summon my lovely spiritual weapon. I'll just put it up.
Okay.
I cannot drag it out. What the fuck?
You did.
You dragged it out twice, so I disagree.
I don't see it.
It's
Okay.
once
It-
here and once here under Benjen.
It took like 10-15 seconds for them to show up. And I'm gonna hit the one next to Manis.
I don't think you can attack with it on your turn.
I can?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Can
Okay.
make it if you want.
Yeah, please do. Because that's like a spell, and I don't think you're you see, casting time bonus
Yeah.
action.
When you
Yeah,
cast
never
the
mind.
spell, you can make
Yeah,
the
I know.
melee spell attack.
Yes,
So
I
it's
didn't see. I thought it was just literally a regular spell, but no. I thought
Yeah,
it was
it's
a regular spell, and then you used your bonus action to attack. But
17 to hit the
18 to
berserker.
hit. Because
Oh yeah. He's 18 to hit.
it hits. You answered.
yes,
Okay, 7 force damage.
you're forcing it.
What's the status of that particular NPC?
Furious.
Well, I would be furious as well if like 4 people started poking me with incredible damage.
And I end my turn here.
Radar. And like, oh, I can't attack in melee range because I have like attack spells. That gives me disadvantage when I attack.
But you can attack the purple guy, the pink guy that is not in melee range.
No, but I'm in melee with a different target, so I get disadvantage.
You
That is-
do?
No, you get disadvantage on the targets that you attack if they are in melee. You're not obliged to attack the target that is in your melee.
I think Manis is right.
Okay, then it's going to attack the hooded guy then. When I go back to roll 20.
You dropped. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm saying this, but if that would be the case, then goading attack as a battle ability would have no point. Just sit in melee range of anyone and they'll be forced to attack you, right?
No, I mean like literally. I think every ranged attacker has disadvantage if there's a hostile target in their melee.
Yeah,
That-
but again, that would basically make that ability pointless.
No, it would make it an anti-melee ability. It wouldn't make it pointless.
Okay.
Aiming a ranged attack is more difficult when a foe is next to you. when you make a ranged attack with a weapon, spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can
Yes.
see you and isn't incapacitated.
I'm technically
Oh, great.
reading the same thing at the
Rather,
moment.
rather cannot attack anything at a normal pace. He's at disadvantage.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Burning hands.
This guy.
It's not attack.
And he can't actually get this guy and this guy either, because now there's like a fucking sword here that blocks that path. So, Rather's going to spend his
Burning
turn.
hands. I
No,
yelled
he
him.
can't.
He can. It's not an attack. It's a save. DC.
Yeah, but he's going to burn someone else, so just one target.
Yeah, true.
So he
He will burn one target.
dashes away.
He disengages, yeah, spends his turn disengaging to get some distance.
Which is a
Benji.
very sensible decision.
I think it's the what Jaffa would do.
He would
Wait,
just
did
kill
he
him.
pass by the wolf?
He
Disengage.
Disengaged. Virgil, you here?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Dungeon, it's your turn.
Yeah, no. Which one did I hit before? Was it this one?
No, initially you hit the one to your right.
But this guy's now got advantage against him.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Time to chop his head off with +10.
Okay, I'm
That's
going
fine.
to use Great Weapon Master, so the -5 +10.
Okay.
-5 to the enemy, +10 to you.
Well, oh.
Okay.
Okay, this could be bad.
I'm just going to mark him as dead already.
6 + 8, and that's doubled, isn't it?
Yes, that is literally 24 damage at the moment.
28.
No.
20.
6 plus 8 is 14 plus 10.
Oh, it does not get doubled.
The Great Weapon Master does not get doubled because it's not a roll.
What about
Oh.
the straight damage? So is that not 28 + 10? So it should be 38.
No, because the double there is the plus 8. If you understand
Yes.
what I mean.
And you get a +10
Okay.
on top of everything of this.
The
Okay.
6 is literally your first roll, and then the crit roll is the 8.
I see.
Plus
Okay, cool.
10.
Plus
If you had
20.
rolled the smite, you would get like double smite damage as well.
Like 48.
Yes, but you don't
Okay.
need to smite when he's dead.
No. I don't get hit. Do I get hit again now? No, I don't. do I?
Yes, because you use Great Weapon Master.
That's what I was looking for. So now I will turn to this guy.
Yes. And that
Close.
hits. For 8.
And the 10 as well, yeah. The Great Weapon Master.
No.
Okay,
It's
not use
only
that.
on
twice.
one target per turn, I think.
Okay. I'll smite on that as well then.
Okay.
It's just stuck on rolling the dice. Do you want me to do- There we go. 8.
Okay. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Just a second. No, not this time. That's it, thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Irina.
She is going to disengage from the berserker and go for the one that's raging. Yes? What?
Yeah, nothing.
She's going to use her rakish authority to audacity to get a crit attack on the other guy.
Or she has a guaranteed crit attack.
Rakish audacity. It is what swashbuckler rogues uses to proc sneak attacks. Or duelist rogues. Okay.
Holy shit! What the fuck is that damage?
13.
20.
19,
No.
29.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, 29.
More. Do you get the plus 10 there?
6 plus 10 plus 11 plus 2. 29 exactly.
She just literally darts up to this berserker guy and just like impales him on her ring. That ends her turn.
Is she a rogue or something? How did she
Yes, she's a
disengage
rogue.
an attack?
She
Oh,
she is a hybrid rogue fighter.
okay.
Otherwise known as swashbucklers.
Yes.
I
Or-
think just I think
She
Assad
is-
just got a boner. By
She's
seeing
three
this.
rogue. She's 3 rogue, 1 fighter. If you want a specific, she's level.
In plate armor?
Yeah,
Yes,
because
in
she's a
plate
fighter.
armor. She has 1 fighter level and 3 rogue levels, and she's the swashbuckler rogue class.
Otherwise known in World of Warcraft as outlaw or combat rogues.
Yeah, pretty much. The berserker is just going to recklessly try to smash her with an axe. 15 to AC does not hit her at all. So no, that guy misses. Shit. I mean, literally, Benjamin's the one that's causing him problems, so he's just going to, like, furiously smash down on Ben. 9 and 11 doesn't hit you, I guess?
Nope.
Ah, shit. Yep, that misses his turn. He's also raging. Menace, it would be your turn.
Okay, so I am going to move out of segments. So I'll first move at the. God damn it, I can't. Okay. So I'll first
You can
move
pass
10
to
feet
us
here.
if you want.
Okay.
And let me check. And then I am going to move here.
Okay.
I'm going to green at the berserker I'm now finding myself behind. And
Okay.
with a yell of "For the glory of Sigmar," I shall two-handed warhammer him to the back of the head.
Okay. Roll damage.
11. I'm going to roll again because I forgot about the advantage in case I get 25, but I doubt it. But still.
Yeah, you did. 19 was close enough, I guess. Do you have anything else to do on it?
Yes, I should be able to do something else. Just give me a moment to think about this.
Use your superiorities.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We'll probably have to rest anyway after that.
That's not helping. Lucian, are you feeling comfortable being there?
No,
Yeah.
you don't get to talk about stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
You need to make a decision without Next time,
Uh,
have the druid do something worse than just do it on your shield.
Okay. I'm ending my turn here then.
Oh, yeah, maybe you can do something, but you can't like in
Coordinate, yeah.
combat coordinate, because then I'm just gonna be a dick, and it's not going to be the shield that gets the heat armor the next time.
Yeah,
It's
I
going
get
to
it.
be something you can't remove. Something you want to do?
No, this would be the end of my turn.
Okay, Azam, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use the shorebow.
You would have to drop your weapon.
I'm dropping my rapier. I'm getting my shorebow, and I'm attacking the one between Manis, Lucian. You know, the one.
The one in the middle.
The middleman.
So I don't think I need to.
No, you don't
roll
need to roll
again.
No,
for
don't need
advantage.
to roll. We're dead so here. 16, 25, 27. Yeah, no, that kills him. Are there any
And
other enemies
yes.
you want to molest on your turn?
Wait a second. I can create a mage hand and I spread the dog again.
Sure.
No, you can't. Because it's
Question.
an action.
Yes, that is actually an action.
So I cannot use it as a bonus action to cast mage hand.
You can do it if you have it cast already, but you dismissed it, so no.
Yeah, but I can use it now and cast it now and use it next turn.
No. It takes an action to use, I believe.
Oh, okay. In that case, there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
You can move if you want.
I can shoot very well from here.
Yeah. It's the lady's turn.
Um. Okay. Right. Nothing happens.
He cast a spell that missed.
She probably went invisible or something or bailed out. Okay, I will.
What?
It's my turn, right?
No, it's your
Yes.
Ardar's turn.
Lucian's. No, it's Lucian's turn.
Did I miss something?
No, I double clicked instead of.
Okay. Never mind, I'm sorry.
I will take a swing with my spiritual weapon.
With advantage because it's reckless. Recklessly
21
attacking.
hit,
21 hits.
4 force damage. And I would then told that the guy with DC 14's wisdom.
Okay. He seems to be struggling profusely to stand up on his own 2 feet.
And I move here.
Okay.
Actually, wait, it's here.
Don't you guys have your tokens locked to grid?
Yes.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Radar kinda yells, "Don't worry, I'll save us!" It's going to cast the Ray of Frost. It hits. does more than the 1 hit point the Berserker had left, and the Berserker dies encased in a burst of ice. See, I got this! Is going to shift and try to be in the foliage looking up at the ridge. Benjamin.
Where's where that moves though? Oh, it's there. Okay.
He's hiding in the bushes. I mean, he's strategically looking towards the cliff from a cover position. You get the sense that
Can we climb that?
scaling, you could, but every single square is double movement, as it's climbing instead of walking.
So basically, this would mean 30 feet here.
No, Benjamin wouldn't even get there. He would get 1 square more to the left because he doesn't have the movement to get up 5.
He can dash, right?
Yes, but it would take him the full movement on 1 turn to get here.
Yeah, this
I just-
basically this
I
is
will-
30 feet.
Yes, every square there that's colored gray on the map is 10 feet of movement.
So he should be able to get up, right?
No, it took him 25 feet to get there. He needs another 40 feet of movement to get there.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
stopping
it's
there.
4.
Doesn't matter. I'm stopping there.
Yes, because it takes him 10 feet to get there, 10 feet to get there, 10 feet to get there, and another 10 to get up there.
Okay, but he can dash and at least go halfway, like here.
Yes, he would be able to get there.
Which is still progress. At least he wouldn't be able to. He would be able to act after he gets up.
No.
I mean, next round. Next round.
Yes.
Otherwise, next round he would have to dash to get up, and not act.
Sure, he can use double movement without problems. He'll still have to roll an athletics check though.
Shouldn't be a problem for Paladin.
It shouldn't be a problem at all.
Oh, Benjamin, are you ending there? Or?
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Irina. She is going to go from berserker to berserker and properly slit their throats so to make sure they are dead. So that takes her turn. Menace.
Okay, so this is 15 feet, so this is half my movement, right?
Yes. You would
Don't care
realistically get here on 30 feet.
Okay,
And then there on a dash.
I'm doing
You
that.
would get fully up. Okay.
I can't put my... Okay. What? Still can't... Like,
What?
half of the map just went black and I don't particularly get why.
It is because there's a coloration wall.
Use your free action to tell us what you see.
Nothing.
Yeah, sorry. There's actually like a dynamic lighting border there.
Mhm.
So realistically, you don't see anything from here.
The funny part is that I don't see you guys downstairs either.
Yeah, that's.
Well, we don't see you as well, so it's normal.
Yes,
it's
he's out of sight at this point. Manny should be able to see everything that transpires, though. But roll 20 is a bit dickish in the sense that it doesn't allow that encoding wise.
No, it's fine. I mean,
I'll
if
tell
we
you
can see him.
I'll tell you if they start dying down there, Manus.
Okay, I end my turn.
Okay. Assam?
I will take this. I'll try to take this one and feed it to the wolf. Can I do that?
You can roll a strength check, yes. Um, it's a bit like trying to roll a car with the brakes fully on. You have no fucking chance. This guy is too large, too burly, and absolutely too massive for you to move.
Okay.
You get the sense that you would have to like drag it with you leaning backwards at full speed. And you get the sense that leaning backwards towards a wolf that's hungry and snarling and angry would be dangerous.
Lucian, how does your god look at that?
Out of character. Out of character.
So I'm there because I try to do the strength check and move it, right?
Yes.
So I should be able to get till so there was till here or here, something like that. If I keep moving on my turn.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going there.
You're also allowed to use your bonus action to dash because you're a rogue.
Okay, and if I dash, I'm not gonna get high, right? Because
You're gonna
I'm
get
gonna.
halfway up.
Okay, so that here. Okay,
Now
I'm there.
I want you to roll an athletics check for me because you're actually not athletic like minus.
Acrobatics or athletics? I'm trying.
Athletics. No, you're actually athletic. What the Okay.
Sorry, I didn't roll, and just to be
Yeah.
fair.
I was pumped up because I had to move that body, so everything was pumped up, right?
Yes. Lucian, it's your turn.
Wait, this was. Yeah. No worries. Okay. I move next to Benjen,
Okay.
and I start looking around using my perception to try to spot if the lady is somewhere around us hiding.
From that position, you will be able to literally like a 15-foot wall high a hill in front of you. It's a completely different elevation. You don't see up there at all. A perception check will not help you.
I'm looking around us, not
Oh, okay.
like bushes here and everything around here.
Sure, perception check. You haven't heard anything, you haven't seen anything, you haven't sensed anything. At least from the lower part here, there doesn't seem to be anything.
Okay. Does my flying sword also has to take double speed up?
No, because it's flying.
No, it's literally flying. I don't think you can dash that one. It moves on your bonus, so that's 20 feet and that's it.
Yeah, but it doesn't take double penalty for rough terrain
No,
either.
it
So
doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
So
because that's a thing for flying creatures, I think. Like all flying creatures don't take penalties for
Okay.
rough terrain.
as
I
long
in
as
my
you're
turn.
trying to, as long as you're trying to drag yourself uphill, spectral weapon is floating menacingly just in front of you.
Like, and I almost lose my grip.
It swooshes by your ear.
Swish, swish, gentle sweep.
Radar's going to hold a ray of frost for any hostile target he sees. Benjamin.
So how far up can I get this time?
There on a regular movement, pretty far up on the plateau itself if you want to go full double dash.
Yeah, I'll go double dash then. What do I need to roll?
There, I don't need to roll anything. You need to roll an athletics check, but I think you have a. Are you proficient in strength?
Cool. Not when I'm all
No,
like
no,
that.
no, 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 no. You're not proficient in strength because
Yeah,
you're
he is.
paladin.
He is. He has a +5.
He is
Yeah,
proficient in athletics, not his
It's not
strength.
proficient. Oh yeah. Actually, you wouldn't have to roll then because you're proficient in athletics. The way I decided this was that athletics proficient people wouldn't have to roll.
Okay.
Else you would have had to take, I think it's 1d10 falling damage per 10 meters. So you avoid that.
I knew that. That's why I rolled so bad.
So you have 20 feet of movement.
Okay.
So move ahead, I guess.
There.
What you notice is that there are some tracks that seems to be leading away from this place.
In which direction?
Far to the east, literally
Okay.
away from this place. Like back into the forest, though. Like, it doesn't go in any of the road directions, it just literally goes away from this place.
Okay.
And also from the spacing of the footprints, they seem unnaturally far apart. As if something is... this was made by something that has like an extremely long gait. Like they're literally leaping far.
Okay.
Nick will
engine-
probably not be able to catch it.
And that's my go over, yeah.
Arena doesn't really do much. She starts looking at the wall, goes there, sees it's a bit difficult to climb. Stands there, holds her action, I guess. Manis.
I will be moving 20 feet up to here.
Sure. That's
Okay.
20, by the way, so you have plenty of space.
Oh. Okay. Do I see the tracks?
You see, what you've seen is that you saw something from the edge going back to the tree here, and then going upwards there.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, this is the place where Benjamin would have seen his tracks. So realistically, this is where Benjamin sees them go east.
And then I move 10 more feet here. And can I see anything from here?
Yes, you just literally see these tracks go like eastwards, more closer towards Barovia and towards the riverside, into the forest.
I
You
am
can
going
see the
to...
same thing that Benjen sees, that even if you were to run and do like bounces, it wouldn't be the same type of stride distance like this. This seems to be something with a stronger gait.
Can I figure out from my perception and checking the tracks about what's the speed of the creature we're tracking with a 20 perception?
You can try to... You can do a survival check to see what type of a creature this is. You can do an intelligence check to see what type of speed it would have.
Can I do both?
No, I'll let you choose yourself.
I'll do an intelligence check then for to see what the speed of the creature would be.
Okay.
11.
Give me a second. Just need to get up the stuff block. It would be... The speed would at this point be well over 40 feet. It would be faster than...
Yeah, so basically even if at dash speed, which is about 30 feet, 60 feet, I wouldn't be able to catch up to it.
You get the sense that you will be losing severe ground over the course of a minute or an hour, yes.
Okay.
This thing could outrun you.
I'm using my free action to say a bit louder so that Benjamin can hear me and say that the whatever was up here is now gone and probably will we will meet it again. And after I finish that, I ultra yell into the wood and say, "You hear that, bastard? Looking forward to seeing you again." And then my turn.
To be accurate here, you said was that what you said?
No, do you hear that, bastard? Looking forward to meeting you again.
Okay, thank you. Um,
You remember that.
anything else you'll want to do?
No, I said, and I end my turn. And I'm guessing we're going out of combat soon.
Yes, unless you want to go close to the dire wolf and like play with it. This is where combat ends.
Uh, I do, but not in a menacing and attacking way.
Okay, I'll just transport the two of you back down again.
Yes, please.
Does that mean that I go down from the
Oh no.
hill where I'm there?
Yes.
One thing I would like to do after combat ends before going down from the hill, I would like to try my luck and do a survival check and see if I can identify the beast.
Sure. No. You got to choose one of the two. I'm not allowing you to do both.
Okay.
I was pretty specific about that one.
Can we investigate the corpse and see if there's any loot or identifiables on the bodies?
Yes. Don't need to roll for that either. Um, all of them are wearing pretty basic hide armor. It's not. It's a bit like leather armor, just like more rugged and less prepared, pretty much. So it doesn't offer as much protection as like fancy leather armor. They have access. Seems fairly maintained, the blades at least, but they seem pretty worn and well used. There are notches. There are a fair bit of usage on them. There are dried caked blood on the hafts of the axes, but nothing particularly special about them. These three guys they look like they're living in nature. They don't seem civilized at all. They actually smell a bit like reek from like not really having lived a very clean life. This guy is still wearing his black hood that he has on his head.
Question: Does he own Is he only wearing a black hood, or is he wearing an entire executioner robe and everything?
Only the hood.
Okay.
As for it's like it seems very malplaced as to the other garbs he has, but for some reason he has a like an executioner's hood. Doesn't seem to fit him at all. Uh, Otherwise, you like go through and rifle through their belongings, and there's like there's not what you'd expect with like coin pouches and valuables and stuff. There's more like practical things like there's flint stones, uh, not the yabba dabba doo ones, but like the ones to create fire. There's very like basic living in tune and harmony with nature with like some carved idols of sorts, um, and like other You can see like bone necklaces and stuff like that draped on them, but they seem poor from a value perspective.
I think we found the hill people.
Yep, I can agree.
Also, Yuan, I'm picking up my rapier and the arrow from the ground, of whatever they are.
Okay.
And Manis needs to pick up his suit.
I'll be doing that as well.
I would like to take off the hat
First of all,
of.
as Manis picks up his shield, take 2d8 damage.
What's the range of this spell?
Unlimited.
So what? The shield is going to be permanently heated from now on?
Or the let me just double check the duration, but I actually think
It's
it
a
lasts.
concentration. It's a concentration.
Have you
I mean-
broken the concentration?
No.
But it's only 60 feet. I mean,
To cast, yeah.
Can I
You have
check
to
to
be
see the
within-
shield if the shield is still hot?
I mean, yeah, you would be allowed to do that before you actually take it off. It would be glowing red hot, but I actually don't think there's a range limitation on that. Oh, it's up to 1 minute. No, it would have passed. I thought it was 1 hour. My
Okay.
1 hour would probably be a bit broken when I think about it.
Oh, if it's just a minute, can I take it without taking damage, or do I still wait?
You get the sense that you probably would want to touch it with like heavy, thick gloves, or let it cool off a bit, or sprinkle some water on it.
I'll let it
Or
cool
blood.
cool off a bit before re-equipping it.
I look at him and I say, do you want me to pee on it? To cool it down?
No, it's okay. I'll let it cool naturally by the wind. Or douse it in the blood of my enemies.
What were you wanting to do?
I wanted to take off the
Hood.
executioner's hood. Sorry, yes, and look at the guy's face.
Dirty, sweaty, grimy with like mud and dirt, as if someone's living outdoors, pretty much. Yeah.
Is the hood in any way special? As I look at it,
It seems to be used for execution.
I ask Radar for some berries if he has.
Radar tells you that no, he doesn't have any.
could you make some for us, Radar?
He says no, he prefers not to.
Oh, that's it.
It's like that simple logic. You can't just spam good berry to just get unlimited aid.
No, we just want to be prepared in case something else happens.
Yes, but it's just like I noticed that whenever we have a fight, you immediately ask him to spend 1 spell slot for Goodberry. He doesn't want to do that. It's important. This is important for you all to realize, and I'm just gonna clarify this. His level 1 spell slots is literally his self-defense spell slots. He's not going to waste it all on healing when you have another person responsible for healing. That's
All right.
the logic there. He can help out when he thinks it's necessary, but he's not going to be the main healer through Godberry. Just like,
I don't think any of us would waste them just to heal up.
it's just that
Like bring people up.
one of the other encounters you wanted like double good berries to eat. What was it? Like 10 days worth of dinners in like to get 10 hit points. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Okay. I ask the rest to pile up the bodies away from the road so that we can either bury them or make a how it's called, the after battle pyres that they burn the bodies.
I was answering Benjamin, I couldn't hear. What?
I asked the rest of the group to help me pile up the bodies somewhere to the side of the road where we can either dig out a mass grave or just burn them. Like leaving bodies on the street, on the road doesn't feel right.
Yeah, we can pile them up away from the road, but I don't see a point in burying them or burning them, since the hill people are probably going to come back for their comrades sometime tonight. With that being said, I would not want to be here when they do come back.
Fair point. Maybe they would like to bury them in their own ways. So we just
Exactly.
leave them here.
I'm going to help with that endeavor, so
Like that, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're not savages.
Okay, we take some time to just like rearrange the bodies neatly on the wayside.
And now what we do with the wolf?
get
Did
back at
he-
trying to calm him down and try to release him and
And heal him somehow.
From
Then-
where you're standing, one of the things you notice is that his foot is literally stuck into like a dug out pit with wooden spikes attached into it. So when his back foot, back leg literally fell into that hole, it got impaled as he tried to get himself out. Because the spikes are like downwards angled, so it doesn't impale him when the foot goes down, but it like spikes him when he tries to get it out.
it's like they're ordered like a hook.
Yes. It's like a really, really nasty trap if you first get stuck, which is why he hasn't been able to drag itself out.
I go near Lucian and I try to see if I can talk some more to the wolf dog or whatever the hell.
the wolf dog?
Persuasion or animal handling doesn't work on this, right?
Persuasion
Yeah.
will never work on an animal.
You can try animal handling to try to calm it down.
Okay.
You get the sense that it's pretty fucking rattled at this point, and you're not the most reassuring person, having spooked it with like a skeletal undead hand. You don't have the most calming face around.
I will try to calm him as well.
I mean, you seem more like doesn't seem to see you as much of a threat, but it still snarls whenever you start inching forward. You get the sense that getting a wolf to calm the fuck down is probably not going to be easy. Depending on what you want to do here, literally talking it to be a puppy is not going to work.
Okay, if we just free it, guys, do you think he will survive? Or do you think that we will need to heal his wound?
Again, like if we release him right now with the amount of blood he lost, he's dead
We sh-
anyway.
We should heal him somehow.
He would not even last the day, I believe. There seems to be enough blood to make him lose enough to just collapse. We could kill him for food, or we could try to restrain him, I suppose.
So I'm getting the rope that I was trying to do before we were attacked. Hempen rope. I throw the other end of the rope to Menace, and I say, "You go on one side, I go on the other, and I'll try to pin him down or tie him with the rope somehow."
Try to rodeo him like cowboys.
Yeah, but what are you trying to tie up?
His mouse.
You're going to try to muzzle him, pretty much.
Yes.
And
Menace from one side, me from one side, something like that.
so who's the one that gets close to its mouth?
I'm letting Virgil answer that particular question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do because it's my plan, right?
If you want, I can go, but I just want to see what you're thinking about it.
No.
This is very important. You'll need both your hands available, so you cannot use Manus with his shield.
Yes, no, my so Menace, I'm gonna try to go towards his mouse, and you try to jump on his back to pin him to the ground. In that way, he has limited movement of his whole body and his head as well, so it's much easier for me to not to get bitten. And you're heavier than me.
I'm doing this. I'm not commenting upon this, but I'm just stating the obvious here. Keep in mind, Virgil actually has a dog in real life.
Yes. And I want to point out that I have had dogs for most of my life as well, so I know how they can twist and turn at weird angles depending on how they move.
And yet,
Yes,
the
I
dog
know.
owner came up with this plan.
So I'm just saying this could be very interesting.
Indeed.
But I want each of you to describe your action in one sentence. Like Assam, describe what you do. Manis, describe what you do, and you will get a role for me to do.
Okay, so first I don't do anything until Menace manages to jump on his back and pins him down, and at that point on, or he tries to pin him down, I'm gonna go towards his mouth with the rope and trying to get it around his mouth.
So Manis is just literally going to run up and tackle him, or is he going to try to like slide onto him without using much force?
I leave that to him. I would say try to tackle him, but I don't know. But keep in mind, I put my hand inside my dog's mouth every day, and
Also,
You
keep
own
in
a
mind
golden retriever, they don't bite.
yes, and my wolf
They
before
carry
didn't as
eggs
well.
in their mouths.
The wolf that I had before didn't as well. So.
Yeah, you call that wolf. Okay.
I don't know how it's called. The wolf dog. I don't know. Many knows what
Dog
it's
German.
was it over 3 meters tall?
No, it was
No.
a German Shepherd, I tell you.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so here's the thing. Because the reason why I'm asking is because its back leg is trapped and impaled by spikes. So if Manny's just like bull rush him here, it's probably going to take a lot of damage on his legs and start bleeding out.
I
pretty
am not
freaking
going to
fast.
bull rush him, don't worry.
So
I
you're
just
doing it.
no. I just
sneaky.
wanted everyone to speak their for because I have a distinct plan that I want to go through, and just waited for an opportunity to say it.
Okay.
So I'm going to slowly but steadily move up to him while Assam distracts him from the front by hopefully making loud noises. So I'm going to slowly walk up to him and not tackle him, but not just directly jumping on him, but walking up to it. With my right hand, I'm going to grab the back of his neck, the fur on the back of his neck, and squeeze it. With my left hand, I'm going to put my arm and my weight upon his what would be his shoulders, and with my left knee, I'm going to put the rest of my weight on the not on his hind legs, but like on his hips, if that makes any sense.
So left knee, hips, right hand, shoulders. Where was the left hand?
No. It's left knee, hips, left hand, shoulders, and right hand back of the head to pin it on the ground.
Okay. First of all, make a dexterity check for me, because it did not notice you, like, sneaking around it. This is to see if you can, like, literally latch onto it. Okay, now roll a strength check.
Wait, because I closed the strength check.
Okay. You noticed first when you try to, like, sneak onto it that you don't get a really firm grip. It's more dexterous and, like, it starts to thrash wildly when you start touching.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the strength to toss you away to go for a bite, but you do not have it in a hold at all. It is literally sliding out of your grasp, but you're able to push it away, the head at least, to not be able to snap and bite.
Okay.
Just so you know. So you're kind of locked into a struggle with it now. You will still have to, like, lock it down to be able to force it kept down and safe for Assam.
How do I do that?
By just literally trying to beat its dexterity, or you panically call for help.
Do I have to beat his dexterity with my dexterity, or can I beat his dexterity with my strength?
You strength is just literally to push him down after you have locked him up. You need to lock him up first, and that is dexterity versus dexterity.
Okay, so I need to roll dexterity again?
Yes, you literally need to get your limbs around him to be able to use your massive strength against him.
Okay.
If you understand what I mean. So do a dexterity. Okay. You are able to latch your arms around him. You haven't quite gotten your hip, leg, knee thing around him yet. So his upper body is currently under control. His lower body is still thrashing.
Okay. In this case, I'm saying to Assam that if you want to tie up to muzzle his.
I start moving close to it as soon as you jump it, and I'm ready. So as soon as you have his upper body
Pinned
down, yes, I'm taking the rope and trying to muzzle him, and also can I also do around his front legs as well?
Okay, Radha's going to roll a nature check. To like, Assam, what were you doing?
Trying to muzzle him and get his feet as well tangled up and
You would have to choose one of them.
muzzle
Like
him.
his feet. Okay, so you go for that. There's a lot of snapping. Manis does not have the head under control, but you're all up there helping him with that. Radar rolling a nature check to see how to like calm this wolf, kind of like goes up behind him and punches him in the balls. You hear literally a very and this wolf just goes completely limp.
That was Medicine's move.
You have full you have a full 2 turns to just muscle him right now without issues.
Okay, do I need to roll something for that, or it's considered
No,
muzzle?
you get the sense that this wolf is not able to resist a lot at this moment.
Okay, so it's muzzled, and while it's muzzled, I tell the others, let's hurry up and try to get his leg out as well before he recovers. Because he's also completely under. Can we also tie his leg now, or is that one?
He's temporarily paralyzed. You get the sense that muscling him is one thing. He still has paws with claws.
Yes, that's what I meant. Can we do that as a separate turn, or in the same turn for the paws?
Someone else could do it on the same turn, else you two would do it on a different turn.
We can do it on
I-
a different turn. He's paralyzed for 2 turns, as Yuan said.
Yes.
So
Okay.
one turn we muzzle him, and the other turn we pig skew him.
Okay.
How are we going to tie him after that?
Mage hand.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
I mean, you can stand around and discuss it for a couple of turns.
No.
No. So I
Get to
muzzle
work, you two.
and next on the second turn, me and Manis do his pose.
Okay. You free up the leg. It takes the better part of the 2 turns though, because there's like a lot of like spikes you have to like pull out of the ground and drop down into the hole to like give the legs.
Okay. And I ask for Lucian if he can do something about his leg.
I think Rardar has the highest medicine skill.
Yes. And I first ask if he is securely restrained before.
Rather says, I just punched the wolf in the nuts. Are you seriously asking me to go and try to heal the leg? I don't know. I can't heal.
Oh, can
I-
you wrap him up, like to stop the
No.
bleeding?
I can't.
You know medicine. You can.
For a clarification, he has a 1 medicine.
He's not proficient.
No?
Okay.
You all have thought that he's proficient.
Yes.
He never has been.
I thought he is.
No, every time you've asked him to do medicine checks, I've played it as him being hesitant, but done it every fucking time. He's
Okay,
never been good at it.
To be honest, we all thought he was proficient.
No, I know why. I know why.
It's a wisdom skill. He's not good at wisdom. But he's intelligent enough to not go up to a dire wolf. He's punched in the nuts. Like, what is he going to do with this profusely bleeding leg? Put a bandage on it? He can't heal this thing.
Yeah. So unless we have proficiency, you wouldn't allow us to wrap up his leg.
They
I
wouldn't
guess?
allow you to do. I'll allow you to try, even without proficiency. I'm just saying you can't stop someone bleeding out with a bandage. Not like this. I mean, like, think of it like this. His entire leg has been impaled by spikes and he's been bleeding out for a severe amount of time. This is like slitting someone's throat. A bandage will not really help him much.
Then we'll have to use healing magic.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
I go down and go next to the wolf and touch his leg, although I don't need to touch him to heal him, and recite a quick prayer and cast healing word on him.
Okay.
In hope that this will close the wound.
It will close the wounds. Restorative necromantic energies can do that.
Did you just say restorative necromantic energies will do that? Or did I misheard?
No, that's right. All healing spells are necromancy.
Yeah,
There's not
they
a
tamper
single.
with life.
Every single healing and resurrection spell is necromancy.
Okay, I did not know that. I was under the assumption that there are holy healing spells as well.
Do you know what you call the best healer ever?
A necromancer?
Yes, you can never die.
Fair point.
Okay. I will still try to bandage his wound on top of the healing we did, just in case.
Okay, Manis, make a strength check. Like a strength check. Assam, make a dexterity check. And
Save or
Lucian,
Jared?
make a medicine check.
Who, me?
No, Lucian.
Okay.
You can make a charisma check to see if your joke was funny.
It was fun.
No, I think it's not a charisma check. I think it's a performance check.
Yeah, performance checks. That is actually quite true.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay.
funny.
Manis, you barely manage to hold its head down. Assam, you lose control over its muscle, and like its paws. Lucian, you barely manage to put on a bandage like a bit sloppily. And Benjen, you make both Rardar and Irina laugh of the sudden joke.
Didn't the wolf laugh as well?
Um, it certainly starts opening its jaws in your direction, yes.
Dude, you should really start writing a book.
Okay.
I say let's get the hell out of here fast.
No, we need to cut him open, and but we need to take like considerable amount of distance from him first.
Okay, so you all drop the wolf and start like.
I am not dropping the wolf, but as I see some going away. Wait. Time out. Question to the DM: are the two stakes on the ground still there?
They have not been eaten? No.
Time out over. I tell to Assam to take those stakes and not throw them away from the wolf, but put them in front of the wolf so he'll go for those instead of me.
Aren't they already in front of the wolf?
I'll also say that Assam has been legging it, so he can't just stop and do that right now on this turn. Manis, I need you to do a strength check to see if you hold on to the wolf.
I'm doing, as Manis is doing the strength check, I would like to do a prestidigitation to create a scary sound behind the wolf so he will jump in front and not to Manis. Is
Okay.
that possible?
That is possible, and this is what happens. Manis is strong enough to hold on to the wolf. He's not strong enough to restrain the wolf. So when you do that and scare him, the wolf jumps away with Manis holding onto the wolf, and the wolf starts going towards Valaki and Ravenloft, while Manis is halfway riding, halfway about to be dragged.
Say, Manis, let go!
Manis, you will, if you continue this, you're going to get a very sprained groin very soon.
I let go of the wolf.
Okay, you face plant onto the ground, does no damage. You're a bit confused as to what the fuck happened, but you can see the wolf just like woof into the wood.
Weren't his legs and everything tied up? Like,
No, that's what they freed first for some reason.
oh, okay, they freed it. Okay.
No, it's not about the fact that we freed it. It's about the fact that Assam lost his dexterity roll, and he was controlling the wolf with the rope.
Yeah, that's
the
totally
map moved. What the fuck?
Yes, it's because I'm trying to move the wolf background. I can move the map, you see.
Nice.
And I yell to the wolf, see you later, Wolfie!
Also, Manis, the last thing you see is that it's kind of like awkwardly limping with its back legs. Possibly because it has problems walking.
But he's going to survive.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's not as much as because of the leg damage though. Probably more because of the testicular damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay. One
I look at
innocent
Lucian,
wolf.
and I look at Lucian and say, I hope this counts as a plus to your religion.
He probably ate a few villagers before that, but yeah, I guess it's at least not on my conscience now. It's a poor animal. I hate this kind of traps. It's like non-humane.
I'll
also use prestidigitation on Manis because he was scared by the wolf, and I'm guessing his clothes aren't that clean. Or
you.
I guess others as well aren't clean, right? From the bat.
Yeah, it's like some blood here and there, some dirt on Manis, of course, since he face planted on the ground.
We're sparkling clean now.
and I am going to use my strength check in order to destroy the trap, make it completely unusable.
Destroy this?
Good riddance.
It's almost as if it was never there.
Okay, I point toward Cerpus and say, let's check out the graves as we move forward.
I agree.
Can I also do a check to see if the guy on the ledge or woman, whatever it was, is back, or is there some movement on the ledge?
Make a perception check. Perfectly fine. You haven't really seen any type of movement ever since the wolf ended up running. Irina has noticed that you have a penance to drop jokes, yes. If you wanted to like investigate the graves or Lucian, tell me what you
Yes,
want.
just to understand what these graves are. Maybe they're the gallow guys, or are there any names that we can recognize? Anything
One of
interesting?
the first thing you notice is that there's about 11 gravestones here. They all have pretty much like blank names to them. There are like literally very simple markers. Some of them are very old. Some of them are more recent-ish. Like how recent you don't necessarily know because of the water has made the soil a bit like uh, hard to like differentiate from each other. There's no extremely recent ones.
Thank God. I guess the hanging has stopped.
Uh, yeah, possibly. It, or at least it's like something that has not. Uh, I mean, the gallows itself looks old. Like it's something that has been standing there for some time.
Judging by the gallows and by the graves, and especially the unmarked graves, more or less, I would say that this is how Barovians punish their offenders. Isn't that right, Irina?
It depends. It's like I think this is like a punishment reserved for murderers and highwaymen. At least this is a clear sign for people that what will happen if they end up breaking laws.
Like the ones that attacked us?
Yes. I don't know why this one. Uh, these seem to be hill people. It seems weird that one of them has an executioner's hood. Uh, they are not executioners. They are not enforcers of law. They don't follow law. I would imagine that that is spoils of some murder or some sorts that these ones have come across. So, alas, it seems like the executioner here might have gotten the nasty end of those great axes.
I agree.
I mean, I mean,
We took care of them.
we have. I don't know if what type of laws you are used to, but raping, pillaging, murder, and plunder tends to be severely punished, uh, which is why we enforce these type of crimes with severe punishment, such as hanging. And well, uh, you probably noticed that, but Barovia as a town is not able to sustain itself wholly by itself. So we are requiring shipments of different resources. We need to sell our food to Valaki, for instance. Um, so without trade and people wandering between settlements, the individual settlements will wither. So, highwaymen tend to be murdered as a result when they are caught and punished.
Given that there are no fresh graves, the gallows have not been used yet lately, and that we got attacked like as soon as we left town, it seems like the ruler is neglecting the security of the realm.
Or one could say that since there are no fresh graves, there have been no recent transgression.
Except the one that happened like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, but I mean,
Yeah, but hill people don't adhere to laws either.
I would counter that by asking you, do you see many hills nearby?
No, but
We're in a forest area. I would rather question why the hill people have come down from the mountains to venture this far inlands. They tend to be a secluded bunch.
interesting indeed.
They were definitely led by that spellcaster that we fought.
The sorceress.
If you are if you are unhappy with how laws are literally being enforced, you are free to complain to our lord.
And that we shall do.
Awkward silence.
Let's continue the road or end it here. I don't know.
Let's continue down to
Shall we do a quick rest first? Like to
Depends
catch our breath since after the battle?
Depends if you want to stay in this area or not.
I see no reason to stay in this area.
Okay, we can do it in the camp.
Indeed.
Do we not want to see what all that is?
It's the gallows.
It's literally where they are hanging people.
We'll just see that.
If you want to go explore it.
Nah, let's go then. Let's go.
Maybe there is treasure.
As you start, where are you going? Okay.
There goes.
As you're walking away, Benjamin, you hear like a as if like there's something like creaking out of like old wood. You turn around looking up at like that gallows. There wasn't anything up there before. Currently you see what seems to be a body hanging there. You point this out to the group and they can see it as well. There seems to be a lifeless grey body hanging in the gallows, with the breeze just like slowly turning this figure around. So they just like slowly come face towards you. All of you, as you're seeing that, you can see like literally the cold, dead eyes of Rardar just like hanging there.
Rardar?
And you're just like blinking to yourself like, why is Rardar hanging there? And when you turn to look at Rardar, he's still standing there like literally pale. And then you look up at the gallows and you just see that no, this wasn't Rardar. This was just like a completely different dude that really looked and seemed like Rardar for a moment.
I turn to Lucian and Assam and say, stay close to Rardar. Me and Benjamin are going to check out those gallows.
Rardar is just literally, what the
Where the
I
fuck?
whisper to Rardar. Maybe you can create a mirror image of yourself and throw it to be killed instead of.
why am I... Are you guys climbing up?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't need to roll for that. You're proficient.
Yes, both are proficient. Are you going up to the corpse?
Yes, we are.
Is this some kind of illusion?
Okay. As you go up to this corpse,
What
like
is he
you
hiding?
put your-
You put me in a
Many-
place when I
Benjamin?
can't move anymore.
Many
Oh,
is
sorry.
the stuff that I said in
Okay.
the chat.
Benjamin, as you put, since you were first up on the gallows, as you put your hand on top of this body, when you're approaching, the corpse looks pretty fucking real. It smells absolutely awful, as it's something like death and decay.
So it's been there for a while.
As you touch it, though, you just literally see the skin slump away and just like slush onto your hand. You see the muscles instead just like drape down. You see the bones just like literally crumble inside the body, and this entire body starts melting away until all you can see is like that frayed noose that you saw originally when you came to this area. It's just literally like you saw the decomposition of a corpse happen within seconds the moment you touched it.
This is very unnatural. I yell on from the top of the hill towards the radar and ask if he can figure out what kind of magic was this.
This is dark, vile magic.
I'm going to cast Divine Sense.
Okay. Irina continues and just literally says, there are these dark things that tends to happen, but I've never seen anything this wicked before. To impersonate someone, to terrify them, and then have a body rot away. This is malice on a whole new level.
Do me and Benjamin hear that?
Yeah, you would be able to hear that. He's
Uh,
speaking normally.
and then I continue and say, this is not only malice, but this is targeted. This is specifically directed at us now. So whatever this is, just made it personal.
Rather just goes like, but why me? What have I done? Why not? You're the guys making all the mistakes.
Maybe that's why. Okay. Maybe you're too perfect.
Should I assist you two guys down? Or
Yes,
do you
please.
Want to investigate the gallows?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything up there anymore. Anyway,
I'm just asking if you want me to investigate.
I'll
You can
I'll do a
that.
perception check, but I doubt there's anything of interest here.
Sure.
You can try the ropes. Maybe they're good to be used for. You can
No,
hang yourself or something.
It's
Even-
a frayed rope. It's literally there used to be a rope here, but now it's been torn asunder. Manis, you
Yeah,
can
right,
see quite
okay.
clearly. You can see the plateau on the other side. You can see down. You can see the surroundings. This gallows hasn't been used for a while.
Or do I see tracks
Like
around?
you see no tracks other than the ones you and Benjamin made. It's as if whatever happened here happened without physical contact. It's almost as if this entire thing was ethereal, extra dimensional, elusive, or otherwise conjured through magical or mystical or dimensional means.
Just a out of character question. Is
These
dimensional?
these are words you don't know with your intelligence, but in general, you mean that this was not natural.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask was, is dimensional magic a thing in D&D?
You wouldn't know that because you're not intelligent enough.
Mm.
Sorry, but I don't want to share too much.
Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, we go down. And I say to Rardar, Or maybe it was that whatever it was and got scared of you and tried to terrify you.
But I did nothing. You see,
Maybe it's stopping us from getting to the third poles.
it seems pretty obvious that Radar is pretty shook up. How shook up, you don't quite know without doing the insight check, but he seems pretty fucking rattled by it. He seems pretty fucking rattled by this.
Okay, I try to comfort him. Like to.
Come on,
You
Radar.
better.
Once you get to the third pool, there's a lake there where you can take a bath and relax, and it'll all go away.
You can just see him just like freakingly stare up at the gallows, and he just says, "I just want to leave.
Yeah.
I want to leave this place.
Let's
I want
leave
to
then.
this
Let's go.
entire valley. I want to go back home. Fuck this place."
Don't worry. We are keeping you safe. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Sorry. There we go. From
Guys, just as a heads up, I can stay for another 10 minutes or so.
yes, and we're about to end as well. Doesn't matter. It took you about an hour, little bit less than an hour to go from the bridge to this crossroads. If you continued, you would have taken another half an hour, a little bit more than that, to go down this slope, through the woods, unmolested, out of the woods into what seems to be a rather large pool of water. Up ahead, you can see what seems to be wagons. You can see what seems to be some form of a camp. The camp tends to look a little bit like this.
Ooh,
That's a
It's
nice
nice.
image.
and it's in the woods. That's good.
Yes. So, or at least it's on the outskirts of wood, which wood nearby. So as you're heading up, that's what you're seeing. An encampment where there is noticeably people. I think this is where we'll quit for tonight.
When do we do the next one? Sunday?
Sunday, yes.
I can
Yeah.
do Sunday.
Sunday's good.
Sunday good.
Time?
Same as today, 2030.
So that would be
21.
21:30 Romanian time, 20:30 server time.
Yes,
Yes.
1930 for Benjamin.
You want to try to go earlier? Or
You can do half an hour early.
I'll say this. I had intended this session to be a three-parter, and we got done with part one. So, I was actually expecting us to get further tonight because I had some other things planned. Yeah, we should be able to do whenever, really.
If
Just
you want, I can go half an hour earlier, but
no. I have like perhaps more fun thing planned as part two, and that would take far more than half an hour.
I'm not exactly certain what you're saying.
yes, same here.
I'm just saying that this one of the parts I had planned will take more than 30 minutes, and it probably will be a bit fun as well.
Yeah, but
you mean-
Virgil was saying that he can do 30 minutes earlier. We can come online 30 minutes earlier.
Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
I thought he said he
Yes.
could stay 30 minutes later
No,
today.
no.
On Sunday.
Yeah, we need to go sleep soon.
So,
Okay, 20 server time Sunday.
Yeah.
objections?
Yeah, that's
Nope.
okay. I may be 5 minutes late or so, but I'll let you know if that's okay.
Surreal?
Cool. No, I'm fine. I actually proposed it.
Pete?
Yep.
Okay, so 20 server time. I'll write it in Discord.
Yeah, that would be 19 UK time and 21 Romanian time and Bulgaria time.
I
Yep.
think it's time that you reduce your expectation toward our
Oh, yeah.
progress in this session.
I think so too, but it's a good thing that because like yeah, we get progress. Also, I didn't think you would start fucking wolf taming, but that's why I actually added the wolf there in case you wanted to wolf tame. So that's
Question.
on me, I think.
Question about during our trips, let's say through the forest, I stop from time to time and I say, "Wolfie, are you there?"
Okay, you can. Okay.
And listen if I had any answers or something.
If it ever asks you, it will like answer in a very like light voice, like castrated voice. Might not.
Also, dude,
Okay, I have
like,
to go now. Thank you for the very nice time.
bye, Virgil.
Night, all.
Might.
Also, dude, I swear to God, like, you can't put shinies in the middle of the road and then complain that we stopped for shinies.
No, I know, but like I was thinking to myself, wondering what happens if. I mean, like this wasn't intended to be a bad shiny either.
But if my expectation were correct, the wolf trap was the trap for us from the hill people.
No, it wasn't. It was literally a hunting. What
Right,
you could
boys,
have done
I'm
was
off, I'm
try
off,
to.
I'm off, I'm
Yeah.
off, I'm off.
Good night.
I'll see you guys
Bye, Pete.
Sunday. See you later. See ya.
See you on Sunday.
Spoiler alert: had you actually freed the wolf, it probably would have helped you with the hill people.
We did free the wolf.
After
Before you
we
killed
killed
the
them.
people. What did you say, Surreal?
Yeah, after we killed those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just literally put there to see what. Like, I had no intentions with that. I was just, huh. Because, like, this adventure has random events, like random encounters, some positive, some negative. I just figured, why not make other ones as well to question your morality and your decision making, maybe give you some information, make the world feel a little bit more alive.
Yeah, that's
In
very
this
cool.
case, the wolf was literally the distraction while you were being snuck up on.
Exactly. I thought this is the best way to describe it. This was the distraction so that we can get.
Yes. There might have been
murder.
someone that could charm animals and control them to do something in that room. Like a spellcaster, for instance. That maybe got away.
Maybe he could turn it against us.
No, I mean like the way I thought it was that someone just literally got a wolf to get trapped and then use that as a distraction against you. That was my logic.
That was my expectation as well. I thought that the ambushers, put it there to distract us. Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought
when
as
they
well.
attacked us.
So, well, it's like the small things, I think. That.
But by the way,
I
you
don't know.
you did like you stopped me from doing that survival check to see what kind of a creature we were following, but it's obvious it was a druid.
Yes, but you don't know what creature a druid is.
True.
I mean,
I'm confused right now.
What race
I-
the druid is? Let's say.
I said it was a druid because I think like a hill people spellcaster is good enough to call a druid.
Mm-hmm.
However, what race is a druid or what species is a druid? It's not a dryad, or it doesn't have to be like a wolf, or it couldn't necessarily be a shape changer either. The picture I think is of a halfling, but I mean, might not actually be a halfling.
Ah, you mean what race was he? Yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
really matter because
The,
since
the The survival check would just literally see what type of a creature it is. So was it like a beast? Was it like a human? Was it like something smaller, larger, heavy, stuff like that?
Yeah, but it doesn't particularly matter that much because also druids are shapeshifters. So
Not all of them.
yeah, not all of them, but they have the ability of shapeshift. So the moment it started leaping unnaturally with an unnatural pace, it could have just meant that he's shapeshifted from a humanoid form to a animal form.
No, I'm meaning literally. Not all druids can shape change. Animal forms is a World of Warcraft thing. It's not necessarily a Dungeon and Dragons thing.
Really? Because I know it is.
Yeah, but creature stat blocks doesn't have to be the same. Like for instance, I think the monster manual has like a druid intended for like druid NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Druid NPCs doesn't have some of the spells that this person had.
Ah, okay.
I do not think baseline druids, for instance, get heat metal since you got that used on you.
That heat metal, by the way, it looks very OP as a spell.
It is. And I know that druids do get hit metal in 5th edition.
Oh, yeah, actually, you're quite right. What else? Because I added spells to this guy.
I mean, heat metal is are also giving you a disadvantage on attacks and things like that.
Yep.
If
You
you
know
do
what?
it on the armor,
Yeah, that's
person and he cannot drop it.
That's the dickish way.
GG.
You can drop armor, but it takes an entire turn because you need to get undressed. Basically, it completely fucks your AC.
Yes, I'm going to say this. At level 3, I'm going to do it on Manus' shield to give him a disadvantage. At level 10, I'm going to target the armor.
That makes
See
sense.
the difference? See the difference? Because 2d8 every fucking turn while you're trying to disrobe on something that takes a couple of minutes to remove, it's a bit dickish.
But it doesn't have a save on the damage. That's what
No.
is strange for me.
Yes.
There is no save on the damage or on the disadvantage, which is
Yes.
I would presume that if you have a high enough constitution, you can bear the heat. But it doesn't make any sense to just pure out 100% damage.
Yeah, but the Constitution doesn't actually do much. It just allows you to keep holding the thing.
Yeah.
True.
And also the idea with the permanent disadvantage is that you can drop the item and you don't have disadvantage anymore. So that is your saving throw, quote unquote.
Yeah, okay. Good luck
Also-
throwing your armor when being 10 DC.
Yes,
AC,
I'm
sorry.
just. All I'm saying is, I was very conscious when I chose Manus' shield. I was thinking either his weapon or his shield. But like, if I had done it on his armor, I would literally be killing Manus.
Yeah. Mm.
Like, I would kill Manus. I wouldn't make him unconscious. I would kill Manus, which is why I don't do it at level 3.
There was another point with this. I think you can also interrupt the spell by hitting the caster.
Yes. Why do you think he withdrew?
Yeah.
I told you I would start playing monsters and groups more intelligent based on progress and what you're facing.
Mm-hmm.
The barbarians are probably not the smartest people around. The caster probably a bit smarter.
Yeah, because the idea is that since it's a concentration spell, he needs to concentrate in order to keep it going. So you can stop that by basically hitting him with a range attack or a spell.
Yep, if you can get to him, that is.